What's up, everybody? Sean Harley here with another installment of Just the Tip. And today we're going to talk about leg press. One of the most common questions I get on leg press is foot placement. Where should I put them? Should I put them high? Should I put them low? The width? And the answer to that depends on what you want to focus on, what your goal is with the leg press. All right, so for starters, just a nice, right in the middle of the plate is kind of your standard placement, shoulder width. And that's kind of a good place to be for just overall leg development. Working the hams, the quads, the glutes, hitting everything. So that's kind of your home base right there. Now if you want to focus on certain areas, you can go lower on the pad, and that's going to isolate your quads more and take some of the hamstrings and glutes out of the equation. And contrary to that, if you go higher on the pad and get your feet up here, you can focus more on your glutes and hams to do the work for you. As far as width goes, again, your standard stance is going to be about like you would with squat, which is shoulder width or slightly outside shoulder width. Now, if you want to focus on your inners or outers, your adductors or your abductors, we can change that too. So if we go wider, we can focus more on our inner thighs, our adductors. And if we go a narrow stance, we can focus more on our abductors or your outer thighs. And you can especially enhance that focus if you add some tension to the balls of your feet or the bottom of your feet and push out. And if I add that tension, I'm pushing out on the bottom of my feet. You can feel that just all the way up the side of your legs. I'm going to focus more on my outer quads. And same thing goes for a wide stance and focusing in on focusing inward tension on the balls of my feet. By driving my feet towards each other, I'm going to focus more on my inner thighs. Now, as far as depth goes, like anything, we want a big range of motion. You see a lot of guys just load up as much weight on they can on the leg press because this is one of those exercises where you can handle a lot of pounds, and you'll see them just kind of break lockout with the legs and go right here. So obviously, like any lift, we've got to increase our range of motion to activate that muscle fully. And so with leg press, the main thing you want to think about is keeping your lower back on the pad. Now when I get too low, you'll see my lower back starts to roll up off the pad and I can slide my hand under there. When I do that, I'm pushing tension here from my mid back. All right? The goal here is to keep that lower back and your tailbone on the pad, and I'm pushing the tension from my lower back through the bottom of my feet. So go to a depth as far as you can go before your tailbone starts to curl up and your hips come off the bench. Right about there. And that's just the tip, because if I gave you any more, you'd fall in love with me.